Greetings, Starseed children, Crystalline Diamond Sun, star children of the Diamond Sun DNA. I am Akasha Azurite. Welcome to Starseed Evolution channel. I'm going to do a brief tutorial on how to build a crystalline crystal alchemy power temple grid for your house. This is from the event on the 21st for the winter solstice. I hosted and performed Language of Light meditations for the Crystalline Diamond Sun DNA, the Return of the Gods, Royal Bloodlines, activations, transmissions, raw codes, raw sunray DNA codes, the restore and repair and rewriting all new DNA strands for the golden God self DNA, God goddess templates and teachings. So I am here to bring back the blueprints and structures to the parallel earth and so much more. I have many contracts here. And the teachings of the God Self, of Unity Consciousness, Oneness, Starseed Consciousness, Galactic Timelines. I'm multidimensional, so you have to understand that I have multiple God DNA. I've integrated with multiple gods and their DNA strands, and a lot of us do that. That we will integrate all of our galactics, all of our elemental. Mermaid DNA, and then we would go to the God Self, would be Avatar Consciousness and God Goddess DNA. So we would start working in the God realms to activate God DNA, God strands, and the Golden Body, the Aurora Body, the Nirvana, and the Buddhic Body. So you can integrate as much as you want, multidimensional and also collectives to collective integration. So I just wanted to give a brief on the God Goddess teachings that I will be doing here, which is we are both the Christed masculine and Christed feminine embodiments and templates, and bringing back the feminine and goddess, full goddess templates, full God templates to return to the God Self. God Self is God consciousness. So I had my students and soul family, of course, all of those that are dedicated to investment on a soul level and pure dedication to awakening on their sacred path, all shows up to all of my events that are ready for the next level of Galactic Timelines and Starseed Consciousness. God Goddess Consciousness, it's multidimensional, so it is what resonates on a soul level and where they're at on their sacred journey. So we did an ancestral wheel of time grid, and I'm going to just walk you through this high alchemy grid system. We're going to be working with the Lyran councils. It is for the God Goddess Warrior Awakening. So you will be working with building a God Warrior grid system, and to be able to learn how to heal through all times and space with this alchemy Stargate. And it is a Stargate that is in your Merkaba system. You can access it multidimensionally and multiverses. You would access it within your temple, and you would be able to bring it into the physical. So this is a Stargate that you can access, where you would work through all dimensions of you. Now this one is for an ancestral karmic healing grid, where you would work through distortions and a trauma and a wound as the divine warrior, and it is a sacred warrior path, a God Goddess warrior path, and you would work with a warrior god that comes to you. So I'm just going to do a briefing on how to build one for all of my clients, my students, all of the divine ones that have come together to work with me and who were your frequency aligned to me. So if you came to work with me, you are aligned through frequency to work with me as a teacher to be a way shower. It also means that you're ready to do deep inner work and you're ready to awaken from your unconscious programming and to fully come back online in your soul matrix and also your avatar matrix. So everyone is frequency aligned to me. This is for the all. So all of you that are waking up multidimensionally, you could be gods and goddesses. That's why I called it the Return of the Gods event, and to activate the golden DNA. I do lots of galactic work and teaching the super quantum computer system, which is the Merkaba vehicle of light. This is what I chose and you have to understand everything that we do. It's we as in all of me's, multidimensional, and my sacred marriage, my galactic commander husband that works with me, who is a Blu-ray Andromedan, works with me to build and create. So it's all multidimensionals of him through all time and space, and then also all of me's, which are all galactic councils, ambassadors, galactic commanders, gods and goddesses, mermaid energies, elementals, ascended masters, and the God self, and oversoul and oversouls. So you would have to understand, like, what is multidimensional? What is the multidimensional experience? Okay, it's beyond what you can even imagine. You can integrate billions of you. So when I say we, and I refer to we, I'm obviously in the we consciousness, which is unity consciousness template. So I do not say I or I am anymore. It is the we presence, and that is definitely what is coming through through the templates to be able to teach and to guide you. What you are doing is you are building and creating a power temple. And I'm going to do many of these just to show you a briefing on how you would build and construct this light grid. So I do a lot of events in quantum flow. Quantum flow is intuition, okay? Quantum flow is opening up. It is non-linear. There is no right or wrong or direction. You have to open up. You are guided. You could start the grid and start just putting a few pieces in a sacred place or space in your house, wherever you feel like it's located, or in your bed, and you can build for years on this grid. It is a temple, and I'm going to also teach you how to make sure the energy always stays pure. So we're going to go over that too as well. So if you came to my event, and a lot of you would be like, you're still in the linear, and that's okay. I once was too. There was one point I was also unconscious too. Okay, I was forced brutally awake, very fast at an accelerated pace for 8 years. I am very fortunate and lucky to be at the expansion where I am now. So please honor the sacred space, and to realize that you are unlocking. You are unlocking and it's the old ways. You're in remembering the memories of how everything works, how everything is quantum light encoded light technology. Okay, so take your time, and what you want to do first, especially if you have the programmer, which I call the ego, the programmer side that's overriding, will tell you everything that it's wrong or right or needs to be this or that, or and that's like the unconscious self, if you want to say. So I call it the programmer, just letting you know. You want to release and surrender your programmer, you. It's the lower aspect of you, and surrender it over to your God self and your avatar self, okay? You want to call your avatar self, which would be above your head, the crown on the vertical axis points, that would come and merge deeply between dimensions of your field, all multidimensionals of you, which are the star councils of light, galactic councils of light, and god and goddesses. Okay, you are both parts, both energies. So you would call it into the space to start guiding you. And this can take years. You can keep adding to these grids. I'm just letting you know that you could start, and then it could just get bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, you have like a huge grid system. You'll learn how to build these in sacred parts of your house. You can build in different directions in your house. You can do like Lemuria, Terra civilization, Atlantis civilization, Avalon civilization, Egyptian civilization. Like, you can have huge grids set up around your house. Your spiritual business. What else? We do Sophia grids, source grids, raw grids, shamanic grids, mystery school grids, light grids, manifestation grids, and I will be doing one for that too. Frequencies and colors are very important. So as you can see, it is pink, and it's orange too, and there's orange underneath here. So we have orange, blue, kind of like layered on top of each other. And I will be putting this grid up in this space probably for a few days, and then move it over to the next the next area, you can do that too. If you want to be, that's like that's how you move in quantum. It's quantum, so everything's always rotating. Eventually you'll learn how to build light grids in your yard, in your backyard. You'll learn how to bring in like a whole fifth dimensional space, maybe in a garden, and you could build and create something just massive. And you can use this in the back of a garden too, so please get creative, especially for I'm doing this for Ray, one of my students. So I love you very much. I'm doing this because she said, I don't know what happened. It's okay, because the light was very strong, extremely strong in the energy space in my event. So most of the time you could just knock out. This is the important piece when I designed everything, because you'll be multidimensionally designing. So you have to expand to this. This is going to be the gate of the wheel, and this is what the wheel looks like. This picture is the Aurora Councils, and these are the Lyran races, and the Syrians. This is the council that I work with. This is the Egyptian background, so I'm definitely working with Egyptian DNA, golden DNA. I'm restoring huge templates and parallel and alternate realities. So I have two warriors I will be working with on each side. Ra, the sun god, is going to obviously be on my right side, and he will come in and navigate me. And then I will have Sekhmet will be the other warrior goddess, and Basset. So I have the Lyran councils, and obviously an avian, and so much more. He has more DNA than that, but he'll be coming in to assist too as well. He was more of a full embodiment of sun consciousness, if you want. I would call it photonic light, sun consciousness, and diamond consciousness, and source consciousness. So I'm just showing you that these are the actual frequencies, okay, that I have fully upgraded to. Star particles, falling star particles, starlight particles, universal body. And this is what I see around me all the time. So this is the Aurora frequency, the Aurora body, and I'm fully upgraded to this body. If you want to know more, please message me about this body. But this is what came through is for the gate system. This will be my wheel of time. This is an ancestral healing Stargate. It's multidimensional. So for this system, for my wheel of time, where I can turn time and I can clear distortions, repair, rewrite, I can cleanse, clear, and I can wipe. So I can wipe anything in my ancestral bloodlines because I am fully awakened. And it is with pure love and purification. So I can purify all of my lines too. And this is the Ancestral Grid. So I'm going to walk you through this. And it's different points in time of you. So I have, this is how we do alchemy. In the higher realms, in the 5D, and in the 7D, if you 12th dimension too. So this is more galactic timelines when you awaken to your ascended self, and you are already your ascended self. So I just want you to know you're already there. You just have to remove and dissolve the programmer side of your incarnation here, and that's all it is. And just remove everything that's pretty much old so you can move into the higher timelines. Okay. All right. So this would be my centerpiece. Pink is the color. You want to get sheets, be creative, and velvet and vibrant colors of what is going to connect to your grid. You can do it outside in nature, and that's fine. This came right away. It is a sacred book. I do a lot of writing. It's the Stargates of Isis. Passageway rites. So these are all rites of Isis. This is all non-distorted, purified light technology scriptures, okay, because we used to write in scriptures. This is all Stargate passageways, non-distorted, purified of Isis and Osiris, okay. So this is very, and DNA strands, golden DNA strands, and Hether Stargates systems, and teleportation abilities, all kinds of stuff are in here. So this would be like the Book of Light that obviously I started with. As you can see, it's very old. So this came through that I'm going to place on this altar grid. Why would I place this here? Because these two sacred power alchemists, if you want to say, during this time and space, was Isis and Osiris. They were in a sacred union. It was beyond what you could even imagine. their teachings. So they told me to put this on the grid because this is a part of my ancestral lines and bloodlines, okay, and royal bloodlines. And this is something I brought in for them, and not only just for them, but for all three of them. So I'm going to flip it to the universal Diamond Sun DNA, because this is what I came in here for, is to upgrade my soul family, collectives, and also beings in this universe on this strand. Okay, so I would put all of this here. This is obviously quantum, and I can show you it's all quantum. I might come out with it, maybe not, but it's all different forms of scriptures. It's very powerful, actually, but you know, for right now, it is staying on the altar spaces, and it might just stay there. You know, it will be for my my ancestral bloodlines. I might share it. I don't really know yet. I will have to see what my higher self says, right? So it's a higher self, and the universal soul is the one that I communicate with. So I go by what my universe says. Okay, so I'm going to set up the space. I'm definitely putting this on the right side. I have a pyramid. This pyramid's going to go in the middle of the gate. And I'm just going to start building. So I'm going to direct you when you open up this gate and you start gridding for it. I have 5 pieces that are going to represent all multidimensionals of me. This piece is going to be for Sekhmet and Ra. These will be my warrior gods. So this is an Andara piece, and I'm going to put it in the above Stargate. So this is the Stargate, and then there's multiple Stargates. There's 7 gates here. You are the 7th gate. This is going to, this Andara, it's a Starseed Andara. It's really small, but it's really powerful. It has beautiful vortexes and all kinds of stuff that comes out of it. This is going to be the blue ray, which is my ascended self, okay? This is the ascended me from another time and space in a parallel Earth, okay? So this one is going to go right here. This is more of my ascended self, my mystery school teacher that's going to come in and assist me with working this wheel of time and how to make sure that, you know, I'm learning at the same time how to do everything properly. And I can do this in forms of shamanism and waking state and walking state, because my waking state is a lucid dream all the time. I walk in plasma fields, so I can go anywhere and do anything I want now. So this will be my ascended self, and I will be putting this in the east direction. This is an Azurite piece. This is the stone of heaven. This represents my future self. This is the stone of heaven, and this is my spiritual name that was given to me, that it's Azurite. It's after the stone of heaven. So this is my future self. It's going to represent my future self on this wheel. So this is going to go in direction right across from my ascended self, right? So you can see the Trinity grid that's already building and being constructed. This little piece was given by Lisa Transcendence Brown, a little gift. All of her stuff is gifts, but this is going to be my inner child. This is going to represent me as a small child in this incarnation. So this is this incarnation, this lifetime, and this will represent me. I'm going to put it right here over the Syrian head, which represents the Syrian multidimensional me. And it's a multidimensional me, and the Syrian's gonna take good care of me in my childhood. So, and to make sure I restore fully all of my multidimensional aspects of me as a child, to restore to a divine child, pure child, and to clear all of any traumas and wounds within inside of me, and to help me walk that sacred path. So I'm definitely going to put it right there, even near the pineal gland of this sacred being, which is a Syrian. This piece right here is one of my power pieces. It's an Endara. It's for the golden Egyptian DNA and so much more. They're multi-dimensional pieces, and this is going to represent my God self. This is me, a very high version of me, but this is my universal soul. Okay, so this is going to represent my universal soul, and that's what's being guided to me. So if you feel like you're guided towards anything else, it's fine. Just set up the ancestral wheel of time, and it's an ancestral karmic healing wheel of time that you would set up, and you can work it, you can build on it as you go. It'll be really fun. Okay, so the next pieces I would put in, everything is source and diamond and crystal and crystalline and golds. Gold is for the Sophia. Rose gold is for the Sophia frequencies and energies. The crystalline Sophia, the Sophia garden. I can't even explain to you how the Sophia energies, and then also the Kaya Ra book came at a really great time during my Galactic Timelines. In my Galactic Commander timelines, this frequency came in, and that was my next embodiment, and that would be to restore my divine Phenomenon and Christed Phenomenon and full embodiment with the Sophia. So Kaya Ra came in at a really perfect time during major shifts from being an awakened Galactic Commander, Starseed, full embodied Galactic. I mean, I was fully online, telepathically communicating in my super quantum computer system, Merkaba system, fully online. This beautiful soul, Kaya Ra, came in at a beautiful time as a teacher with a book, okay? And as soon as I opened up the book, I could hear the Sophia, and I just was like, of course I can hear the Sophia. You know, it was communicating and talking to me. Source, it sounds like a female woman frequency. So now I was just able to understand the female source. Sounds like a computer system when you tune into the Sophia. It does sound like a computer system when you fully embody it in the super quantum computer system. It will sound like a woman on a computer system. It's actually amazing and beautiful, and I cried, my heart opened big time when I heard her for the first time. Okay, so perfect timing. Gold frequencies, rose gold, anything that calls to you that is silver, very flashy, crystalline, you know, everything for the crystalline matrix. So these right here, as you can see, I've been using them, but this is going to be for the crystal candles, and I have to use crystal candles. So I'm going to make candles. Actually, I make candles for my altars. So these are going to be guided to go even on top of this fire flames, and I would put definitely ignite the fire, and that's going to be a vortex in itself. Okay, so I would put this one on this side, and this is obviously going to represent the crystalline matrix, crystalline diamond matrix, and this is the gold piece. This will represent the Trinity, and I'm being guided to put it at the top. So this would be a gold frequency. This is my cosmic Trinity, and I'm going to start building that. So the next design would be cosmic Trinity came in for this ancestral golden wheel of time. So now it's a golden wheel of time. Do you see how everything changes? Okay, that's called quantum. Everything's going to change. Everything will switch, change as frequencies come in. Okay, it's multidimensional as you shift reality. So I'm shifting reality. So I'm showing you how you can shift realities by talking, and then we go in a spiral. Okay, this right here is going to be for my divine power. This is another Endara, an amber Endara from Miss Lisa. If you want any information on her, I can always send you to her website. She opened my heart too, so she helped me. I was very open, very online on really high galactic timelines, and she came in for quantum consciousness and helping me dissolve my ego and programming. So that, and also to find someone that experiences the crazy, bizarre stuff. Walking in lucid dreams and all kinds of crazy stuff I experienced it with my Kundalini awakening, my plasma awakening. So she came in as, she's obviously one of my teachers. And these are my teachers and family. So this is an Endara, and this is going to be divine wisdom and divine knowledge. So this is going to go in here, and this is for the cosmic Trinity. It is a mystical and magical set too. So this is my mystical and magical set, but it came in as my threefold flame. This is the amethyst piece. So these are the primordial sound fields, and it's with the Aurora Councils, Andromedas. I mean, there's so much connection here. This one is for my higher heart piece. And this is divine love, but it's higher heart love, so it's a step up. And this is going to represent the primordial sound field for the cosmic trinity. Okay, so you have to see how big this is all getting, right? And how it grows. So this is also for the mystical and magical set, Ascended Master. And I think there's even Merlin codes in here too, which I think is really cool. All right, so the next would be guided. This is ancestral and generation. So everything I do, I'm going to do 1,000 years forwards, 1,000 years backwards, 7 cycles forward, 7 cycles backwards in each direction. And I'm going to work it through my bloodlines, royal bloodlines, collectives, planetary grids, universal grids, multiverses. I do everything big. We do big up here. And this is, I say up here because this is the 7th dimension. A lot of us, we go really big. All right. So eventually I'll be going millions of years, and that will be in the future. But for right now, I was guided to only do 1,000 years. So I want you to see each point that represents you, but this is our grid. So just follow, and this would be what represents you. So whatever you're guided to, this is what I was guided to. Me and my sacred child that came in to awaken me, we make creations now, and these are way more than just creations. It's sacred geometry and geometrics, arithmograms, light codes, all kinds of stuff. Obviously, we're just making soap, ancestral soap. And this is obviously a flower, and if you look at it, there's lots of sacred geometry here. So this is going to go right here with divine love, and it would, if you would, be in my body and understand our path. And this is for the bee goddess and the sacred mystery schools of bees. So this is for the bee goddess, representing the bee goddess. And then also, these are windows in time and different universals that you can actually learn how to jump through, different universes and creation universes, creation windows in time. So each honeycomb is a creation, but you also can access new realities in here. So this is going to go right here, right across from this sacred geometry. This is a Larimar, and I have all parts of me multidimensional in this grid. This represents my sacred union, my beloved husband and me, and this is our twin flame piece. It's more than twin flame, it's a soul union, a universal male and female. Okay, we're angelic genetic mates, consorts, if you want to say. So we're going to put it right here next to, we're definitely working a lot with my inner child right now, and my divine child, all aspects of me as a child. So it definitely would go right here on this part of me. We're going to build and start building. So here we're going to have the warrior goddesses come in, and we'd set them up, and that's really simple because they're going to go right here. And it's this is goddess Sekhmet, and she came in, and oh man, I can't even get into that right now. I'm not going to get into it. I'll be talking forever on the spiritual enlightenment with her. It's beyond what you can even imagine. Mystery schools. I have to get to Egypt soon to work with her temples, but I promised her I'd build a temple for her, and I will bring the royal temples of Lyra back, and bring everything of her, and clear all her distortions too, because she has many distortions, many distortions. All right, and a lot of us have already cleared a lot for her. This piece right here is a part of, I'm a teacher, a guide, assistant, a mentor, and I teach mystery school shamanism. So this is for all of my students that I anoint, I initiate, and I work with them, and I do lots of blowing in this crystal. sacred blowing of the breath of life, the power breath, breath of the dragon, breath of the jaguar. So I blow lots of my wounds and traumas and transmute into really powerful vortexes of healing grids and light grids and systems, because that's what it is. So this piece definitely, and I just watched, I just saw, as I'm adding this piece, I just saw the whole reality just shift and move, and I just watched everything move and completely shift my timelines. So I'm putting this in, and I know this is a good piece. This is definitely like the centerpiece. So I'm going to put it right here in the Wheel of Time, right where the warriors are. Because that just showed me that really just reset the grid, reset my timelines. I just resetted a whole new system. So now I have a whole new timeline that I'm going on. So I just cleared something massive and upgraded. These two pieces right here are shells, sacred shells. This is my connection to my my priestess, my priest, my Lemuria, the aquatic, my mermaid, everything of me, of the goddess, if you want to say. So these two pieces are going to go. It's also another piece of geometrics, sacred geometry. There's so much you can do with these pieces. So they're going to go in a little bit opposite directions, and just follow me because it's obviously really big. So I was guided to bring potatoes. I have funny stories, but I was guided to bring potatoes. I do potatoes and grids, especially I'm clearing for Cherokee bloodlines up here in North Carolina. I'm working collectives, collective groups, Native American tribes, and working with. I'm transferring over a lot of trap souls right now in Cherokee, so lots of Native Americans and connection. It's also the biggest connection that it's going to go on this side with my ascended self, who actually is a Celtic mage, if you want to say. Celtic mage, you would call it a wizard, a druidic. So, and this is also my ancestral line, my Irish. This is obviously my Irish and Celtic side, and Nordic. So it's also representing my Native American. So it is the ascended, the me from another time and space, and told me to put potatoes. I know it's to collect energy too, so, and to collect any type of energy or dense energy. So I know that's like, put the potatoes there. The potatoes will absorb dense energy in your grids too, and you, as you're purifying, you would you would want to put the energy into a potato, or you know, you want to actually put it in somewhere so it can be transmuted. Then I would probably put it outside eventually. This piece right here is for all of my sacred entombments, for Aurora Language of Light, ceremonial work and sacred entombments, for my 5-week course. It's a beautiful piece. It's pink kyanite, and it has rainbows in it if you look in the sunlight, and it's for the Rainbow Ray Diamond Sun attunements for the Aurora Language of Light. So this is definitely going here, because this represents all my contracts that I'm completing and what I'm doing here. The next two pieces are going to be shungite. So obviously these are definitely right here. Boom. Those go on each side of the grid, and that's for purification, cleansing, and you can amplify. These two pieces, this is Lemurian seed quartz. It obviously was a wand at one point. Okay, was a wand. Now it is my Merkaba keys to both of my tetrahedrons. Okay, so I have 2 tetrahedrons. I have a lot more than that, but these are my Merkaba keys. So I'm going to put them here, and that actually will help me spin my grid. If that makes any sense, this will help ignite my Merkaba in order for me to move through timelines, so I can move through each point in time and clear distortions, reset timelines, wipe templates, wipe timelines, wipe bloodlines. I can pretty much do, and it's wiping, but it's purifying, because we definitely want to clear in the ancestral healing any distortions distortions, anger, violence, addictions, you know, abuse, any you want to clear those in your bloodlines, and you would be working through each point. Now there's a lot more than that. It could be distortions, it could be wealth, poverty, you know, restoring abundance, your royal bloodlines, bring back all that was taken from you, pretty much from you, your multidimensionals, your family, your bloodlines, the collectives, your soul groups. You can work your soul groups in here too. So you need to think how big you are and realize and awaken how big what you can do just by bringing something into the physical. And with the purest frequency of light and the highest intention of love, you can work a grid and you can move universes. Okay, so, and you can do it. And that's what high alchemists would do. And they would set up really high alchemy grids, and you can move universes. They say move mountains, right? Elders can move mountains. You can move universes. Okay, so the next one, this is a new DNA that's coming in, so I got a piece to represent it. It's rainbow, but it's rainbow platinum, so this is definitely going in here. Has to go. Now I'm going to make a Stargate with Indaras. That's what they told me to do. So my multi-dimensional said, put all the Indaras around in a gate. So this is going to be like an outside gate. It's a big gate, obviously. This is going to be huge and massive, and I'll just sit in my bed, and you'll pass out if you come in my bed. Literally, you'll pass out, and then you'll be in a different world, different dimension, different place, space. This is how you can activate light and a huge light grid. People walk in your house, and they'll be like, probably knocking out, going and traveling to all types of places. You could probably restore, oh my God, you could probably unlock everything for them just by walking in your house. Restore all of their DNA strands. I mean, you name it, you can do it with just a power grid. Unlocking all of their memories so they can awaken. You can do that too. You can design one when people come in, or they can cleanse and clear. This is the next piece. This is for working with divination, communication. I don't need communication. I don't do muscle testing or anything, because my higher self told me. Higher self told me this: if you do muscle testing or use items to talk to me and you can hear me clearly and I can come in and speak through you, then what are we doing? Are we going to spend like another 3 years together? I will never gain trust with my universal soul if I don't take the next step. So I don't do muscle testing. You can do muscle testing. You can use pendulums to communicate, right? But my universal soul like came in and gave me the biggest it's my avatar, gave me like the biggest scolding on that. It was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, seriously? You can hear me clearly. That's for people that can't hear and can't telepathically communicate with their councils. So this is a great tool, just letting you know, that you can use to work with your higher self, and you can open up and energize. You can open up a vortex, you can energize it, you can open up portals, light portals. There's so much you can do with the pendulum. Okay, you can reverse and stop time, and I'll show you guys this before. I'll show you how to do it beforehand. Obviously this is like so much more, and this is all about building. So if you were in my event, you have to understand that it's never over. So this is quantum. So my higher selves are bringing in something really big for you guys, and it's not the finish. And that's what quantum is. There's no structure. It's quantum flow. It's non-linear. Okay, so just, you know, flow with me on this crazy journey of becoming your fifth dimensional self. This is a peacock feather, right? So obviously I have Ra and Sekhmet going like this and cleaning the energies, most likely in all my bloodlines, right? And activating. So they're activating it. they're my god goddess side. So Shafokati, so they're both committed, and lay both pieces here, and they're just, you know, just to activate everything. So both pieces with here, you can put it in any direction or lay it however you want to on each side. Pendulum will come back in. This is the sacred to honey. We want to bring purity and abundance and the sacredness of the Sophia garden, and the purity of the honeybees and working with the bees, clearing distortions for the bees too, honor for all all the bees and the nectars, creation and community. So this is all creational work. This is definitely for abundance and power. So you want to put this here on the grid system. If you want to, I use honey, and this represents also yang energy, or no, yen, I'm sorry, no, yang, I'm sorry, yang energy. So this will be the yang. 2, this is the fire, the power, creation, the divine Christed masculine, and also the divine Christed feminine. And this will represent this piece for the bee queen that has come into my life, and abundance. So I want to restore abundance, prosperity, and success. This is milk. And this is the connection to the nectar of the milk of the goddess. We're going to put this here. Connection to the milk of the goddess and the ever-flowing of abundance and oneness, purity and love. So I'm obviously going to put the milk that is also produced from the mothers, the sacredness, and I want to restore the divine feminine grids for the sacredness of the woman, and to bring this sacred pathway back online. The nectar of the mother, and what is the creation of what is given to us, which is creation and birth. Okay, so to birth all new realities. So I'm going to use this to birth realities, but I want to cleanse for children, definitely, and for all children. And also I want to restore the goddess, and also the essence of the woman in this system, in the earth system. I want to restore the essence of the woman, and the honor and the respect and the sacred creations and birthing of the woman, and the power. You can call it the power of the woman, but if the woman was not here, and the female energetics, energy, sacred geometrics and arithmogram of the creation of this vehicle of a woman, then there would be no life here on this planet as far as the human species go. Okay, so that's for human species. So I want to bring this fully back online, and to purify this, so that we honor the woman and the women. And it's not just because I am a female. I feel like this is a huge distortion on this planet, as far as my observations coming in here. I'm going to work with the Willow Spirit, so I'm connecting to obviously my Magi Celtic Druidic bloodlines. So I'm going to put this here, and that will be the Willow Spirit, but connecting to Gaia also too as well. This is Druidic shamanism, to work with the spirits of the trees. You also can walk through portals in the trees and activate light portals and rainbow light portals. I just want you to know that. This is obviously for the winter solstice. I know I'm going into 43 minutes, but I'm Basset. When you start seeing through your pineal gland, and you start seeing the crystalline matrix and opening up to higher states of consciousness, you will start to see quantum energetic spirit crystalline. It's crystalline matrix energetic. You can call it spirit animals, but there's crystal ones that are in the 5th dimension and higher that will start coming to you, and they do look like this. Okay, so that's actually Basset, so I'm going to put that there. Winter spirit guardian of the winter, so that's beautiful. And this is the sacred forest deck, so I've been led to put this here. Gratitude, I'm not going to put that in the grid, but we all need gratitude. Wolf spirit, this is obviously my power animal. So it always comes to me, it shows me everything. So this is family and community. Strength and courage. Wisdom, teaches me how to use all of my senses, all my 8 senses. This is the bear spirit for healing. So I want to put this in my wheel of time. And it is the wheel of time. I'm going to teach you how to turn time, and you can turn time with your hand. I teach you how to use alchemy. We can turn time like this. It doesn't matter how you do it and what rotation. Your higher self will show you. We can turn time like this, and we can clear all distortions as we move our hands, and that's what we do to clear. Freedom is the eagle spirit. So we got bear spirit is for healing. Eagle spirit is for freedom, because we are doing freedom in the collectives. Freedom of all slave contracts too, as well. Slave contracts, human species slave contracts, and interdimensional beings too are enslaved too as well. So this is all species in this universal time cycle. I will get to the ones that are on my waiting list, and I have ones that are on my waiting list because I am a crystal child. I am a crystal child, an indigo type 1. So they all have a huge waiting list, and for right now, I'm working in this universal structure and freeing beings from slave contracts and mind control. Okay, so I do have a waiting list, so I'm putting this on here, and I can work this grid for a long time, and I can clear. I can pretty much do anything in my Merkaba, but this just brings it into the physical, and you can do it too. So please follow this, and please recognize and open up and realize you can do the same as me, especially if you're my students, clients, or if you're led to me, and it's a frequency alignment. So please remember this too. Don't let the little ego and the little programmer on the right side of your brain sit there and tell you all of this stuff that is like a lower frequency. No, it's not true. I can't do this. Yes, you can. I'm here to tell you can. All right. This is a crystal cave. I need to restore trust within me, within myself, and trust throughout the collective so we can all become in unity again. And I'm going to put this one here. This is salt. Salt is to purify the grid system. It's also going to be used as a charger too as well. Enlightenment, because we're definitely moving into 2022. This is going to be a forest temple. This represents the temples I want to build here, North Carolina, and also obviously on this planet and in the universe too. I'm going to build temples there too. But this is for enlightenment path for 2022 for the all. So you can go really big if you want to, and you can make the grid for everyone. You can start with yourself, and then you can learn how to do collective grids. Miracles, rainbow waterfalls. So I want to open up this portal big time. Pegasus transcending. So I want Pegasus to fly around on the grids, and you can choose a mystical creature to make sure it flies around on the grids and monitors everything, and monitors your Stargate when you're sleeping. And this is for purification. This is pine spirit, so I'll be working with the pine tree and purification. So I want to put purity codes as we're working this wheel of time. And this will be the dragon. So I'm going to have a dragon working the grid system too, ley lines, everything that is needed. My dragons usually will just know what to do, but you can do direction. You can give them a purpose and a high purpose. Okay, so this is the grid that we're building. This is a Lemurian seed. So obviously you can tell this is really big, but I'm doing it really big. You can keep adding on to it. These are just ideas, whatever calls to you. This is Lemurian seed, so I'm going to use it to activate, charge up the grid, open the vortex, and it's a temple. Okay, so this is a temple. This is my Stargate, my ancestral karmic wheel of time that I can work through all times and space with all of me's. And I actually can see all me's standing here really big from a distance. So I'm going to put this up. And I'm going to do rose petals. Usually I will use fresh rose petals, but these are dry ones. And I usually put roses and flowers all over my grids. I put flowers outside in my walkways. Roses coming up into the driveway, roses in the backyard, roses walking into the room. That's the 5D, that's the heaven on earth vortex. You can do it too if you want to bring heaven into your realities. You can put rose petals, you are the royalty, so you have to activate this and to remember this too. Okay, so I'm going to show you this briefly because I have a client that's definitely waiting for me. To log in. Now I'm going to set the highest intention with my avatar self to activate this temple and this grid. I use star language, galactic languages, multiple languages. You can do it with quantum healing. All of you guys have this ability, so just set the intentions of seeing light codes coming through your hands, your heart center, your solar plexus, your throat chakra, and your sacral for creation. Whoa, that's really activating. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to activate this temple and this vortex and this Stargate in this room. So this is going to be fun. I'm definitely going to sleep in this room. This will be definitely a time traveling bed for sure. Shifokishanti, Kina da Fokasanti, Akana da Fokashanakata. Santi Kushakata. And I'm going to open this up. And now I'm going to sit here and move my hands and emotion, and I'm just going to turn time and repair all distortions across all time and space. Of the trauma that I am releasing. I want to clear cords, cut cords, and transmute. I want to repair all of my bloodlines. So I can look through time, and this is a form of scrying too, so I can use this to scry, and I can actually see other lifetimes and move through this grid. So I can see other lifetimes that my wound from my childhood is actually, I call it a bleed over, but everyone has their own words for it, is a bleeding over from another collective aspect of a multidimensional me that I can just sit here and I can move my hands to repair, and I just move and I can just see the Stargate moving and repairing through all times and space. And now I have my universal soul coming in and just a gold being coming up, and that's my universal soul, my avatar, and he's just coming in and he's working the gate and repairing everything. So where are we moving to? And it's all we, so now they're all coming in and we're scrying to see what point in time are we clearing. Oh, 6,000 years into the future. That's pretty cool. 304, I think it's 346 BC. And we're going to pull back all energies and soul fragment pieces, fractals, all collective aspects. Reset, restore, realign, and converge timelines, merge everything into one. I would definitely want to call back. So as I move this, I'm going to call back all energy through all time and space, multiverses, many verses, and universes, galaxy systems. Okay, now I'm going to set the highest intention with pure light with my avatar self, and I'm just gonna work the grid and activate it. And I do everything in a spiral. I'm going to charge this up. If you don't speak star language, it's okay. You just do whatever it is that calls to you to do it. Now I'm going to set this system and set this grid system to work it for 6 months. And have my Pegasus fly on these points. So I'm going to give direct points to my Pegasus. And my dragon is going to just fly over it. Okay. Thank you very much. I know it's an hour, but as you can see, it's a lot, and I'll take pictures and post them.